Am I missing a hand? Does anyone have a question at this point?
Right there.
Yes, right here.
Okay, this might be a little ignorant because I don't understand the colors of the flag, red and white. I think it came from England. But what is the third color? Is it blue, green?
What do you think it should be?
I don't know what white
Well,
and
you're
red.
not as ignorant as you think you are, just so you know. The flag we have in this country, the two colors in the flag represent the two founding nations of Canada.
Oh, that's right.
Red for the English, white for the French. So now, did you hear what I just said? The two founding nations. Because the French and English did it all by themselves, on their own. And what's interesting about the history of that flag is it was first unveiled in Winnipeg in 1963 by Lester B. Pearson at the Legion in St. Vital. And there was just about a riot because they hated it so much. They wanted the ensign in there. They want, like, what is this atrocity? Blah, blah, blah. And now I've heard that it's recognized as the most recognizable flag in the entire world, even more than the American flag.
I thought it was the red represented the indigenous nation.
Oh, no.
And the white, like the settlers,
But for you,
In those
like,
days.
for this, yeah.
whatever.
But I'm just talking historically, that's what the flag. So now you know why the play is called what it's called.
Yes. Yeah.
What is it?
What do you guys think it is?
I don't think that there's necessarily like an actual color that goes along with it.
What about the red party hats, red and blue?
Well, that was the Battle of the Plains of Abraham, right? It was brilliantly done.
That was greatly choreographed.
That was done by Tom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Disembodied word.
lots of fun, eh?
Bit of the Matrix in there.
I have a burning question for Ian, and it is, how long do you think your play has been writing before it came to be on the stage?
I think it's a good question, Hazel. I think it's, I'm getting older now too, right? And I think it's been there a long time. Because my take on things, like, I do get angry, but I believe things can still change, and that change is slow, right? It's not going to happen necessarily quickly, although that can happen too. I've seen change happen very quickly, but that's usually violent. But there's bits of my whole life in there. Like, one of my favorite lines came from a doctor I worked with, Dr. Chudley, who's now probably the foremost expert in the world on fetal alcohol syndrome disorder. And his mother would needlepoint these little plaques for him. And on the wall in his office was this plaque his mother made, and it said, "Neutrality always helps the oppressor." And she speaks that line, her character. But as somebody said to me one time, she said, "I saw your play and I didn't have time to process all of it because you get me thinking about this, and then boom, we're over here doing this, and then boom, we're over there doing that." And she said she had this emotional response at the end of the play, which actually what happens to me too, because this is going to sound weird, and I don't care what you think, really. But it's not like it's necessarily all conscious for me. It comes from somewhere else, and I don't necessarily know. But like the first draft of this was very different than what it kind of came to be. So yeah, it's been around for a while. But
it
my
going
next
anywhere?
play won't be as abstract as this one.
Is it going anywhere after this?
Don't know. It's interesting because today on Facebook, the director I just told you about, he came and saw it, and he thinks it should tour Canada, right? I don't know. I guess these guys are going to be. Yeah. She said not me.